total freedom.
To total freedom.
I pledge to study and discipline myself.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Ujima journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Ujima journey, and let's build together.
Spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Spiritually, mentally, and physically.
So I may grow into a soldier for justice.
So I may grow into a soldier for justice.
Because my people need strong and intelligent warriors.
Because my people need strong and intelligent warriors.
I pledge to live my life standing tall.
I pledge to live my life standing tall.
For a person on his knees is not respected.
For a person on his knees is not respected.
If I am challenged,
If I am challenged,
I must say I will not surrender
I must say I will not surrender
my position or my dignity.
my position or my dignity.
But instead I will endure
But instead I will endure
until the final victory is won.
until the final victory is won.
Hold tap.
Hold tight.
This little old man, he wanna lick a tongue. He's got mad flavor, bar none with a humby diggy he dum. Abdul is about to come. Feel the rhythm that I give him and the wisdom that I drop. You can't stop it, can't top it. Take a biscuit, sop it. It's ethereal, quite literal, more advanced than fiber optics. The truth that I flip may cause inflictions. I rip the script with conviction. I mean this. Alright, I grips the mic like the kind of fiendish. Malik A will open. Super genius at science and mathematics that allow me to say this. Not an ego, let's say we go back to Uraeus. Us, Uraeus, flee the chaos and confusion. Stimulating the five senses is not a mere illusion. Love and wisdom is art, put it together like fusion. Soldiers poised us out to give a new world a contusion. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Heretics and some critics, they say we rank first. We're not the baddest of the bad, nor the worst of the worst. We strive for some embodiment in harmony with the universe. The weathered, we're unmovable like Mount Kilimanjaro. Africans will laugh again, so I say no sorrow. We are the people of the day before yesterday. We are the people of the day after tomorrow. I have a dream someday that our youth will be walking down the streets, contemplating, nibbling on ginseng roots, giving hell to those who aren't hard for sure, but for show. Pretending what you hadn't thought but said and didn't know. Claiming sets, throwing up gang signs, society's got you snared. What the hell is that sign language? For the spiritually impaired, I'm not a player hater, I'm just a player fader. What goes around comes around, vengeance is mine, I'll catch you later. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, Hidam, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. No man shall get the best of me. One man's the great test of me, the part of me that strives up and begins to pull up the rest of me. Conquering selfish, true manifest destiny, and good reflects this. As I become more mindful, godliness pierces the blindfold, and I take it to the 9, so you can't check this. I pumps courage to the chest when suckers come for test, and when they come for test, there's no need to press a 9. I've got to buck a sucker with great outflux of the mind. My clairvoyance is a product of mind sight, creating foresight instead of hindsight. My buoyancy is a reflection of my hardship. I've been through much, and I'm beyond death. My legacy is a reflection of my guardship. I hold a tight grip until my last breath. Hum-ba-diggity, hidam, I'm hailing from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hidam, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. No gimmicks, just a few turntable tricks, executed by DJ Superman top notch. More vision than Blackwatch, he steps upon the heads of DJs like a quick game of hopscotch. Wherever the top drops, then we must begin with musical sustenance. True, that comes through the eye of the storm, though cosmic in fact. This child's tracks are produced in his humanoid form. We are the sum of none but one.
Ujima means collective work responsibility. I'm trying to kick some knowledge, so listen to me. See, we are a community that does help ODs for all of our sisters and brothers' needs. And many people will be better than one, so let's all unite and get the work done, such as joining hands and working on a master plan, so all the people of the motherland will understand to be more collective and responsible than the white man, cause I refuse to lose my faith and mentality. A strong black woman is what I plan to be, and I think I'm gonna make it, you see, cause all I need is God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me,
Ujima and me, wow.
Ujima and me, cause all I need is God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, cause all I need is God, Ujima. Our teams are killing each other, you know it's crazy. Some of the things they do doesn't seem to amaze me. I just sit back, relax, and watch and observe. Our people are dying, so we need to emerge. Emerging the fact in the fact that you're black. I'm a Nubian sister, so step the hell back. Knowledge, I'm trying to break it down to you. And everything you do selling crack, it ain't cool. I come from a genius, so a genius I am. I can create, motivate, and even educate. For the ones who try to make me back into a slave. Check it out, Uncle Tom, then were the bad old days. And if you wanna argue and act really dumb, you keep this stuff up and we ain't gonna never overcome. Dr. King didn't die for nothing, I suppose. So let's keep his dream alive, cause that's what he would've chose. And let's come together, so his dream could last forever and ever. In the process of that, we can all be free. And all we need is God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, cause all we need is God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, cause all we need is God, Ujima. With Ujima, we need to come together so all of our black people can last forever and ever. Do you hear what I'm saying? You better wake up and stop the game playing and learn our story and keep learning and learning until we headed for the glory. And after that we can all be free, and all we needed was God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, cause all we need is God, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, Ujima and me, cause all we need is God, Ujima and me.
How you doing, all right, family? We about to get it started. It's time for us. Oh, you have a, okay, cool. Throw their name up. I got my pen. I got the black book. We about to get it started. Oh, man. Oh, it's time to grab the glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Just put the name up on the time right now. Drink your water. I'll write it down. Come on, drink your water, but first,
Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath. Take it.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink.
Take a breath. Take your breath.
Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass
Lift your pitcher of that water.
or a bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should I
water.
say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, move, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your
Let's
ancestors.
toast.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the 4 pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that healthy air.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on. Pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Let's get it, family.
Drink your water.
First off, I want to welcome you. Oh, damn. I forgot to turn on. See, my mind is starting to slip. I forgot to turn on Spreaker. Spreaker, we already did the toast and the drink your water piece. We ain't do the toast yet, but hey, I want to be sure to let you know that you are standing in the congregation of the mighty, the undefeatable, the stubborn, right? The undefeatable, the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority. That's right. That's right. The place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. Of course, you know this is a Heart of Summer production. And right now we are on the Daily Toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Man, we gotta blow them up. know if they standing in the way of us moving forward. Oh my God. Family, listen, man. Cleveland, you got to give me a break with that shit, man. Oh my God, it's real life here, Gianni Journey. I'm trying. I'm trying, right? I'm trying, right? But anyway, I'm listening to this book. Now I know my sister Janet's like, Tim, that's not reading. We need to set the example, but I'm learning. And, like I said, I'm mobile a lot, so I can't sit down and just read the book because I got to be moving my fingers. I got to be, I got to be monitoring these shows. I got to be checking the statistics. I'm moving a lot. So I say, boom, I years ago, I started experimenting with Audible. Shouldn't have never did it. Shouldn't have did it. Son said, brother, don't mess with those. Don't mess with those Audible books. Don't mess with those talking books. It's the devil. But God damn it, my Audible book collection is off the chain. And I know people be like, man, hi Tim, they could just come and they could just turn that shit off. Right? And I'm like, hey, man, but they could just come to my house and burn up my goddamn. They could burn my house down to get my books. If they want to stop it that damn bad, great Ujima to you as well, Miss Sheila. How are you doing with your beautiful self? Thank you for blessing us with your presence this morning. All right, family. So, man, listen. I'm listening to this book. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So, I'm listening yesterday. And they talk about an incident that happened in late 60s, early 70s, where there was unrest in Washington, D.C. And Stokely Carmichael was in Washington, D.C., and Black Panthers something was going down in Washington, D.C. So what the family decided to do was they was going to get their own black revolutionaries. And they did. And I'm like, oh my God. So these motherfuckers have organized and been able to, even in this book, we catching hell. I'm sitting up here like, good God Almighty. And when I got the book, I thought it was going to be fiction based on fact, but this is a fact book. It's a, and it's like, I know it's fodder for those that's into conspiracies and shit like that, but being an organizer myself, I can see how building something like this will really benefit the individuals that's doing the building. I could see how some shit like this could work. I'm looking at it, and like I said last night, man, I'm preparing myself on how to deal with it. But what's crazy is that, so they brought on a brother, and they basically used this brother to kind of undermine what was going on in the black community at that time. They brought him in, gave him enough funding to do his thing, left him independent enough so that he would really have to deal with the ramifications of organizing in the black community. That means that, they really had to go up against police and stuff. But they were financed by this organization and friends of this organization. I can't remember the name of the group. I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to get that. But the most important piece to me was that the brother eventually had to stop because he found out that no matter how much work he did for these folks, they would never take his or his people's plight seriously. So he left them. But later on in that chapter, I find out that Eldridge Cleaver became part of this organization. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Which explains the whole Republican leaning and going to the Republicans and becoming, because when you hear these fundamentalists talking about Jesus and talking about Christ and talk. They are not talking the same language as your grandparents or some of your parents or even some of you. They're not talking. They're not talking that. You're talking morals, moral development and building and brotherhood and love, right? It's becoming very clear to me that in many ways we are living in a place where we are speaking a different language. A different language that if we don't start picking up on, is going to get even more and more dangerous for us. I mean, I'm listening to this book and I'm understanding that love to them is totally different. And it's like, damn, how do you combat this, Brother Hatem? I mean, you're responsible. You got a lot of young people. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got young adults that we've been building on shit for years, and we running up against organizations that got a 70-year head start on us. And who have always proven to stand in opposition to everything that we're talking about. How do you combat this? And I'm wrapping my mind around it, and I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, boom, I'm having opportunities to talk with my elders. As a matter of fact, I got an opportunity to talk with one of my elders tonight. And in fact, he brought out a book, 11 Considerations. Y'all need to go and check that out. I mean, because it gives us discussion points around building the culture. See, because what these dudes what they did is they built a culture. Fundamentalism, Christianity, evangelical, fundamentalist culture. They built a culture that people embrace wholeheartedly. And they understand that if the culture die, they die. Like one of the dope sayings I got, right? Here we go. It says, the power of the wolf is in the pack, but the power of the pack is in the wolf. I said, damn. Now, I mean, these motherfuckers wicked, but that shit is cold. The power of the pack the power of the wolf is in the pack, and the power of the pack is in the wolf. Now, we have been taught that all the power lying is in us. No, dog. I mean, even if you look at the nearest human ancestors, they exist in social groups, and that social group holds it down for each individual in that clan, in that tribe, or whatever they call them, right? They hold it down, and the power of the individual is in the tribe, and the tribe is powered by the individual. So there is a balanced relationship. There's a cultural connection that we have. I ain't gonna say we. See, because I hate saying that, because I start sounding like people I don't like listening to, because it's like one of the things that I love dealing with, or that I feel that we have to deal with, is that when people come and start talking to us and saying what we have not done, we always have to go back. And as Sister Antoinette said yesterday, go back and fetch it, because there is nothing that we have not tried here in America. Nothing. And the major reason that everything that we have done has fallen to the wayside, because it hasn't totally failed yet, because the spirit is still there. Because if not, then I would just be walking around here like a motherfucking drone, and a lot of people around me would just be walking around here like a drone. The energy still exists. The major reason that any The major reason that a lot of stuff that we have been working on and been building and doing that has come to fall or come to ruin or might not exist right now is because it was under attack, and the attack was sanctioned by the government. Nobody want to deal with that shit. They just want to point out what we ain't doing. We don't come together economically. That's bullshit. We have always done that. As a matter of fact, it became safer for us not to come together economically because shit was happening when we did. People was dying. Large groups of people was dying when we did. So when people say, well, we never brought our money together, bullshit. You can tell them straight from Brother Hot Tip, bullshit. Right? Well, we never controlled the economics or the real estate. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Our history say bullshit on that. And I ain't just talking about ancient history. I'm talking about history here. We had insurance companies. We had banks. We had all types of shit. We did all of that. We lived together by choice, and we lived together because we were forced to live together. We did it all. What happened? Attacks were lodged against us, and it was backed by the very government structure that we are in. Now, I want you to understand this. We pay taxes, so the very tax money that we pay to the government in good faith is being used to undermine us. So right now we got all this supposed white guilt going on. If it's real white guilt, then get them to start talking to us about reparations. Get some of your white friends to start talking about reparations. Hell with that. Get some of your black friends to start talking about reparations. Everybody talking about they won't change, but nobody wants to address what will actually bring the change that's needed. It's like we want everybody to be comfortable. We don't understand love like everybody else understands love. We speak in a foreign language and think that we're speaking the actual language. So when we listening to these politicians, we got to understand what they're saying because they're speaking something different. When they talk about love, they're jumping over you. Family, come on now. I mean, it's like we're building now, and we got a momentum going now, and we got young people that are young people out here hitting these streets. They're like, man, fuck this pandemic. They getting out here, they getting out there, and they down there on a daily basis. They down there just to make the presence known. They're down there. And we got motherfuckers tiptoeing around the shit we need to be talking about. Our politicians. You know what I'm saying? It's cowardly. You know what I'm saying? And still, and still, like I said, but listen, none of this shit that I've been studying is wasted on me. Because I understand. Right? I understand, right? Boom, boom. We got to go and start selecting our politicians. We got to start selecting those that serve us. And they must understand that they serve us. This is why I keep on telling y'all, family, we want to be free. We got to start paying people. You know what I'm saying? We got to, we literally have to start employing people to work for our freedom as a community. There's no reason why every black community should not have at least 2 to 3 individuals that's working on their behalf, that's paid by the community, paid by the tribe. That's what we're moving towards in Ujima, right? So that you can have somebody that's able to speak for you, speak to you, and speak for you. Because the whole piece is other people finance their space and their time. They finance somebody to protect their space and our time. And we just hope that our space and our time is protected and respected. Nah, family. Nah, we got to move into a different mind state. We got to move into a different strategy. We got to move in a different way. We gotta wake up some of this old stuff that's been bubbling up in us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming, man. I can see it in some of these young people. I can see it. I mean, like when I get on the phone with Quace, I be like, man, you know what I'm saying? There's something that's pulling him down there. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors at work. You know what I'm saying? I don't be wanting to get up. But I say, damn, you better get up. I got it. It's something that's pulling me. It's something that's driving me. It's something. And it's real. And it's like, yo, it's sitting right here. All we got to do is activate it. But anyway, I'm out of time. Shit. All right, let's go and do this toast real quick, family. And shouts out to Miss Self-Love Queen. I got your ancestor in the book, and they will be read daily. Anybody else that have any ancestors that they want to post up, by all means, you can put them on the timeline. But also, if you go to gnjmedia.live, because I just did a little how-to video on this. If you go to gnjmedia.live, just to the page, whether you're on your phone or whatever, you can scroll down to the bottom. If you scroll down to the bottom, if you go up, don't push the video, but because you can still watch the video, but you go down and you'll pass the merch, you'll pass the schedule and the clock that tells you when the next show is supposed to be going on. And I will get on time eventually, but it is what it is right now. And if you go down, you will see a space where you will be able to leave a message, right? You could go and it will send it directly to me, right? Because I do have HotTim at gnjmedia.live. So you can't hit me up at HotTim, HA2TI, or you could go straight there and you could drop a message and it will come directly to me. All right? So that's another way that you get in touch with Giami Journey Media, as well as myself. All right, so let's get our Daily Toaster screen up. So, the black book is filling up, so eventually we're going to have a whole nother one of these pages, and I'm going to have to figure out how to put all three of them up there. But I'll come up with something. So let's go on. We're going to do a little bit of red. By the way, I am right now fermenting or brewing, or I guess I'm a fermenter, right? So, but I am fermenting right now. So I'm going to have about 10 gallons of them, bro. Well, nope. I'll take that back. I'm going to have about, hold on. All right, I might get it. All right, fine. All right. I got to subtract 2, 4. 4 have already been claimed. So I may have 2 for myself. Maybe 3 for myself. That's 7. So I might have about 8. You know what I'm saying? My fault. Let me knock off another 2. So I might have about 6. Yeah. Yeah, people be claiming them and shit. So I'm sorry, family. You know, but as the family grows, as the tribe grows, and you know, people start getting more and whatever, I'll start making more. But matter of fact, I just upped production. This one this is going to be, it should produce between 14 and 15 gallons, and it's going to have 30 pounds of honey in it. Now, I'm going to try, this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the end part with brewing with the honey, because I might not need to do that, because this tea is still sweet. You need another one? All right, well, I guess that one's gone. Did you finish? I know you ain't finished that whole thing. I know that you did not finish that whole thing already. Man, all right. Do you want original or you want the red that the ladies love? I'm doing a ginger. I'm gonna do a ginger, no fruit, just ginger. And I'm thinking about experimenting with a cola, but I don't know. But you know what? I think I'm gonna get some cola. Well, I'm drying out some cola nuts right now, right? And I'm gonna crush them up, and I'm drying them out. I'm gonna crush them up, and I'm gonna throw them in a batch, and maybe do a cola. So I'm gonna do a ginger. I gotta do. Well, I only have to do 1 gallon of coffee ginseng. If somebody want that, if somebody else want that, I want the red. Idris and Andre. Oh, Andrew. I ain't seen Andrew in a while. Man, you got him working though, right? So I want the red. All right. Here goes some red. Let's see how you do. Oh, nice little pop. No smoke though. I like that smoke, man. I like that smoke. And so what I got to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up the toast to where I pour at the end so that we can get the whole experience, because all of that smoke, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's like we letting that energy drift away. So I'm going to figure that out, because it sits and it breathes. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna need 3 gallons of red. I'm gonna do 5 gallons. I'm gonna have about 5 gallons of red, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take one of those big buckets and I'm gonna brew a big thing of the red, because I got a lot of people that like the red. And I think I might do 5 gingers. Just do a whole thing of ginger, because the ginger would be real good. The ginger would be real good. They supposed to be working on some type of gaming or something for the show. But you know, I think we got a meeting tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk with them and stuff. All right, but here we go. First off, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator, and we say, Ashe. All right, family, now we lift up our glass and we salute. We salute those who combine us, those that connect us. We toast our ancestors, right? And it is a pleasure to be able to do this every morning and bring us closer together. I mean, because this is the foundation of the tribe, the whole libations and the whole personal ancestors piece. This is what kind of catapulted us, because we was doing the work before, but it's kind of what's getting a notice is the fact that we are able to, you know, bring people together because of what we toast. We toast in those personal ancestors. So here we go. Going from memory as far as I can. Miles Brown, Mizan, Robert and Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pimenel, Nomo X, Pat Maya, Rob Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana, Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Runneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Shel Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson Spells, Slemmy Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mayor Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Vesta, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, Senior, Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Janet Callahan. Oh, snap. Oh, we made it all the way down. Oh, my God. A round of applause. Oh, whoa. We made it all the way down the second time. All right, so I got to master that list. Then I move to the second list. Then we'll go on to move to the black book. Like, Brother Hatem, why you so excited? Well, first off, I get to be able to pour or say these names wherever I'm at, right? See, because like I said, if we family, you know what I'm saying, we got to go on and make sure that our ancestors, and I believe that our ancestors in every form of fashion, their names need to be mentioned every day. I know there's millions and millions, but I'm talking about those that we are directly in contact with. Because if our children see us doing it, then they're going to be calling on us. Now, our ancestors, a lot of our ancestors that we're calling on don't know what we're doing. But I want you to think about this. What's going to happen when one of our children have a list of individuals that are planning on being ancestors? I ain't talking about running out there and just committing suicide. None of that crazy shit. But like, we know that this stage of life is going to end, and we know that there's a certain power that we inherit when we move into the ancestral realm, especially if we move in there consciously. So what type of children will we develop when they are able to call on individuals who knew that they was going to become ancestors, who know and understand their role as an ancestor, and they're able to call a whole list of them? And we still conscious as ancestors. We don't have to go through the period of being lost and being confused. We already know what our duties are when we get there. We already know there's a table waiting for us when we get there, right? We already know that there's a feast going on when we get there. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that we're going to have influence on this world, and our children call on us. Man, shit. Listen. But I'm just saying, but I want to be able to call on our ancestors. Where am I at? So I could be somewhere and forgot the list. And I done did that before, so I had to go through the names that I had, and I had to apologize to those that I wasn't able to call, right? But I want to be able to call all of our tribal ancestors, all of those that y'all bring to us, because y'all trust us with it. So I want to make sure that I ingest it, right? And the person that's coming after me will be able to ingest it and be able to go through the list and be able to build on the list and be able to structure a show around saying our personal ancestors every day. So we're going to move on. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Lise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Ennis Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winfrey Scannerberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ed Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter. Where is I at? Margaret Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Russell Member Sr., Sam Member Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Suzanne Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy. I want to say his name again. Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy. I just want to throw that out because he came up in a conversation the other day, and the memory hit me. And we need that energy. We need some of your energy down here in the family. Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Luke Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClellan, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Don Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Hare, Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Chet Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Max Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Fresno Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta and Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls here in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, at the Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.A. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Sean Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lloyd Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarin Cofer, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. Shouts out to Cynthia Dow Cullum, Andre. Yes, we say them every day. So if you have some names you want to put on the list, by all means do. We move to the Black Book. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Better Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka, McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lonnie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Dermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Word, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Simon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, and East Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilly, Angeline Gass, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Lynette Lewis, Anderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, Sonny, I gotta stop rushing. Sonny, Pete Walton, King Tay Valet. What's up, my friend? How you doing today? Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem in Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Trusilli Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Taylor Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve, Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toop to Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Denny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle. We got LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesling, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Hunter, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves. We got Pam Johnson, Vera and Reese Fisher. We got Jerry Jassa McCallop, also known as Mama Moon. Family, we raise our glass to all of our ancestors as we usually do. And we say the word of power, and that is, I say, man, it feels good. Man, it feels good. Man, I'm like, the list is growing. Because, you know, I be reading, and sometimes I have to be like, damn, I remember, maybe I should say blessing, but damn is in shock. I remember when we used to stop right here. And it's like, wow, we're growing. We're growing, family. Listen, and I want to thank all of you that are supporters. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, like I said, whether you're supporting by eyes or by getting the gear or getting the ambrosia. You know what I'm saying? Or you a supporter, like you know, like I said, because we have a crew of individuals. If you notice at the beginning, we stream their names. They go, they support us on G&J Media.support. You know what I'm saying? G&J Media.support. Damn, you know, and I'm like, yo, man, it's like, it is growing. And now, I mean, like I said, we got a budget to do. Ain't no United States budget, but shit, we got a budget to do some stuff. So, you know, we gonna ask y'all to continue supporting us. G&J Media.support. So, and also be on we brought out the newsletter. The newsletter is going straight to the members, and then after that, we're going to decide on what we're going to do with that, straight to the supporters. So go on, check out the G&J Media Tribal Support at gnjmedia.support. But now, let's keep it moving. So we lifting up our glass to pour, to drink or to pour, however you do your libations, right? For our ancestors, we lift up our glass with all the power and all the love. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. What's popping off in the present moment? We know, excuse my language, we know that there's a lot of bitchcraft and fuckery going on out there in the world. We know this for a fact, family. We know this. There's no doubt about it. We already know there's a lot of bitchcraft and fuckery going on in the world, right? So, you know, we stay focused. I ask for the family to first off give all of the Ujima babies, give all of those that are born on Ujima a round of applause. We got any Ujima babies in the room today? Got any Ujima babies? Any Ujima babies in the room? If so, shout yourself out. I know Sister Cynthia and her daughter Bria O'Shea are Ujima babies. Any other Ujima babies out there? So we go on and acknowledge you because this is your day. Now it's very important that when we, like, in a sense, when we start forming tribes, whether it's Giami or whatever, we start using some of the wisdom of our ancestors. Our ancestors categorize our people by days. I mean, that shit is fly. I mean, I think about this shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying, to be able to study individuals and be like, yo, you had these type of talents. More than likely, you're going to have these type of talents. Not saying that you're limited to that, but through all of the people that came through and was born on the day that you was born, this is what we notice. After these hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of years, these are the skills that we notice about your day. I want you to think of how powerful that is, how wise that is, right? To be able to look at somebody and be like, oh, you're Coogee born, okay. All right, cool. It's certain qualities that you have. You line up with a certain principle. You know what I'm saying? Because in Nguzo Sapa, each principle by itself. See, it's sort of like that saying I said with the wolf. You know what I'm saying? It's the Nguzo Saba that empowers the principle, but it's the principle that empowers the Nguzo Saba. So the each principle by themselves is formidable. It's formidable. But when they work together, they are unstoppable, just like us. Right? You know what I'm saying? By ourselves, we could be formidable. By ourselves, we could be incredible. We could be powerful. But when we work together, we unstoppable. It don't even take a lot of us. That's why I keep on bringing up that whole idea about that stubborn minority. That stubborn minority. That's what we forming here. That stubborn minority. But anyway, I'm gonna give him another round of applause. Give him another round of applause for all those born in Ujima. Also, since we're in a moment, I want to put a call out for all the writers, or whatever. We do a monthly. We want to get it back to monthly, a monthly newsletter, and we need writers. We need people. If you can't write, because you know what I'm saying, you can record it because it's a digital newsletter. I want people, because like I said, we need to speak a different language, or we need to go a little bit deeper. This is a digital newsletter, so you don't have to write. Maybe you're a good speaker, or maybe you just have an idea that you want to share. You know what I'm saying? You can record that shit and ship it. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? In the moment, we want to keep people abreast of what's popping off in this moment, how we're feeling, what we do. All right, cool. So we on Ujima today. So I'm asking you to seek out Ujima. It's active around you. You just got to learn. You got to develop the eye to see your principles. When you develop the eye to see your principles, it'll empower you in ways that you wouldn't even believe, family. Collective work and responsibility for those that don't speak the language. And if you don't speak the language, go to freegnjcourse.com. All right. Collective work and responsibility. Righteousness is the Modic principle. Respect is what we teach the young people. It's called the M7 and the M7. Blue is the color, as you can see by the shirt. Hopefully y'all can see that that's blue. You know what I'm saying? That Daily Toaster shirt. Vibration. Vibration is the Hermetic law. Male name is Kwaku. Female name, Akua. Once again, male name today is Kwaku. Female name is Akua. So I'm enjoying it while I still got my energy, family, because this fast is going to hit me hard. But anyway, well, maybe it won't. We'll see. We lift up our glass. We salute this present moment, family. We salute the power in this moment. We salute our responsibility in this moment, right? To seek out our principles and practice our principles, and to remember our ancestors, and to also remember the promise that we, in a sense, by accepting this life, by stepping into this life, we accepted the responsibility that we had to protect the space and time that our ancestors gave us so that we could pass it forward. And not only pass what we got forward, we need to make it better. We need to make it bigger. We need to make it richer so that we could pass on some resources with that time and space so our children will be able to do some amazing things with it. So we lift up our glass, and guess what we say? That's right. We say our shay. From there, family, we move to our future. We lift up our glass to our future generations, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. I just can't wait to see what they become. You know what I'm saying? At least while I'm here, because then I get to come back and do it again. But anyway, I lift up my glass and I salute them. Right now, we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? It's a very simple journey. Y'all ready? We're going to go to all of our relations. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. Ashe. Right? From there, I'm going to do that selfish toast. This is for you. Right? What is it that you need right now to move towards your greatness? What is it that you need to happen right now for you to become the powerful being you was meant to do? What do you need right now for you to start practicing the Nia that you was born for? What do you need right now in this moment to recognize Ujima? And what would you do with it if you did recognize it? Right? Would you share it on Giambi Journey Media? We lift up our glass. With that, we lift up our glass, and what we say? Ashe. Now, I'm going to add something. I want to start adding something. I want to toast to our tribe as we grow and we start to prosper. And like I said, we start seeing some of the results of some of the work that we've been doing. So I want to toast our tribe. We lift it up and we say Ashe. But last but not least, the tribe will be nothing without this individual, this being. We want to lift this being, this person up, the most beautiful, the most outstanding, the most prolific, the most poetic, the wisest, the most beautiful, inspiring, fantastic, fabulous, the most entertaining, and I can't think of any more beautiful words for you. So when words fail, I just raise my glass and I toast you. I lift my glass and I hold it up to you and I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Yeah, I see why the ladies like this red. Yeah. All right. So, I ain't gonna be able to go through the news. And tonight, we got a show with Baba Kelsey. So maybe a little bit before that, I might be able to get into some of the news. But you go down the timeline, and you could check it out if you choose. Actually, it would be kind of cold if you did that. I would really love that if you would take the time to go through the timeline, because one of the things, of course, I want to thank all the family. Well, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. Look at me. Such a hypocrite, brother. I tell you, such a hypocrite. But, I want to make sure the family know. Listen, I want to thank y'all because we are at 634 views, 44 shares, 109 comments on DigiFest. And I don't want the most relevant up. I want the real-time. Should I put real-time comments? Oh, it took it off. Okay. So I put the most relevant. So I see. All right. But yeah, DigiFest. Of course, we got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? But it pretty much was a success. All right, cool. Let's go. We got poll: Black Americans outraged by George Floyd death, but optimistic about the change after nationwide protests. Now, it took nationwide protests for for change to be pushed. Now, family, those of us that are older and not necessarily out there with some of these young people, because you look at these people, a lot of these young people are like 35 and below. I'm just saying, right? You know, listen. What are we gonna do with it? You have young men and women for war, old men and women for counsel. What counsel are we providing them? And what are we gonna do with this energy that they generate? Or we gonna let our group be another one of these groups that, in a sense, may fumble the ball because too many of us are out here acting safe and being careful and trying to make everybody feel comfortable. See, and we go about that wrong. We go about allowing people to be comfortable wrong. There are certain things that in your territory should not be allowed. We have to be willing to set limits. That's for our, whether you call yourself our allies or in it, there is certain things that you do not do, right? There's certain things that cannot be done. And we have to, we got to step up to that shit. Even in some of our families, there's certain shit you just don't do. Why? Listen, because in many ways, let me shut my mouth. You know what? I'm going to go out. I'm changing the subject. I'm going to go out. I'm going to buy some elderberry juice. I want to try some elderberry juice. I keep on seeing elderberry juice everywhere. And I done seen those elderberries. I done walked right by them motherfuckers. I'm going to go and try me some elderberry juice. Poll: Black Americans outraged by George Floyd death, but optimistic about change after nationwide protests. If we optimistic about change, right? If we're optimistic about change, hopefully that means that enough of us are going to get busy in making sure that the change occurs. Because if I'm optimistic and expecting the same people who put the systems in place that fucked me up to make the change, then I am in error. Perspective: a revealing look at America's most controversial charter schools. This is why I did this. All right, Instagram, y'all about to get up out of here, but yo, I want to thank y'all for joining us. Listen, join us over at gnjmedia.live. It should be a lot easier to get on right now because it's plugged directly into the Facebook. So it should be playing right now. As a matter of fact, let me check and make sure that it's up because I might have to switch it, because the issue that I don't like about the Facebook piece is that Facebook will not put up the title. So I could type in a title 3 hours ago and it'll pop up if I got Twitch or I got YouTube on there. But it won't do that with Facebook. In fact, with the Facebook app, there is absolutely no chat. It's absolutely no chat. I mean, you got to literally, I'm sitting up here like, where the goddamn chat? So you literally got to go into Facebook in order to get it. But they make it easy for you to share. Let's see. I'm going to chat. Let me see. Yeah, they make it easy for you to share. Right? I might have to switch that. Because I'm not digging it. You know how you get something you ain't digging? I'm sitting there. But I mean, y'all let me know how y'all feel. How about that? Let me know how y'all feel. Should I keep it on? Because Facebook is our number one platform, right? It's where I get the most response from y'all. It's where y'all interact with me the most. So should I keep it? Should I keep it on Facebook, or should I move to something where you could chat? Or is it just easy enough for you to just go onto the screen on gnjmedia.live, click on it, and actually go to the site? Let's see. Well, it ain't let me go to the site. It let me expand the screen. Oh, it's a little Facebook down in the corner. So maybe I might need to do a tutorial on how to do that. So if I want to, I just click the F and it take me straight to Facebook. Okay. And it take me straight to the live video watch where I can actually see it. Well, I see you down there, Miss Sheila. How you doing? Oh, she said, I'm thinking of trying elderberry as well. Also, I looked into growing it last week. I'm going to add it to my garden next year. Okay. She going to have some elderberry popping off. I guess they call it elderberry because it's for old folks. And guess what? I'm officially old. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. You know, now people don't look at me crazy when I fall asleep in meetings. People used to look at me funny when I fell asleep in meetings, but now I'm old. I'm officially old, so they can't really laugh. You know, they could just laugh now. But you know, that's been going on since my 20s. I've been falling asleep in I am famous for falling asleep in meetings. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, right now, a revealing look at America's most controversial charter school system. Now, it's controversial because it's successful, but then there's questions about the success. But I want to kind of go through this. I ain't going to read this whole article, but this is something that we could discuss and look at. Oh, the article is not actually that long. So let's go and look at it. Hold on. Is there continue? All right, let's see. Yeah, we might better get through this. Success Academy, a charter school, or it's called Success Academy Charter Schools, are both the highest performing and most criticized educational institution in New York. And probably the country. My fault. This is Jay Matthews. He's a columnist. This came out on August 17th, and it popped up on my timeline several times. I just want to look at it's something in here I want to kind of look at. They have suffered some media hits, such as a video of one of their teachers ripping up a student's math paper because of a conceptual error. Wow, that was a news clip? Wow. Damn. So the teacher ripped up the paper? Did the teacher slap the student? Just ripped up the paper? That's it? Damn, okay. So I was started to learn Success Academy, including the pugnacious founder, Eva Moskowitz, let one of the country's most knowledgeable education writers, a former teacher, spend a year in one of his schools, peering into every intriguing corner. The writer is Robert Pondisco, senior fellow at the Thomas B. Fordham Foundation. I'm gonna have to get this book. I don't know how he did it with such an explosive topic, but his resulting book is a work of genius. It is revealing, moving, and fair. The book explains why Success Academy, 45 schools with 17,000 students, should be praised for their achievement gains, and why its methods will probably never be copied. And I'm gonna go into this real quick, just because I have some feelings about some of this. But anyway, the problem is too much pressure on the networks, mostly disadvantaged kids. They blossom in a vigorous and unusually cohesive education culture. What will prevent anyone else from achieving Success Academy results is that few other schools, not even the other famous charters, would dare make such relentless demands on parents. Pondescio praises Success Academy, as do I, for letting him see exactly how it rose so high. Moskowitz, once a tough New York City council member, does things her way and doesn't care who knows it. The book, How the Other Half Learns, Equality, Excellence, and a Battle Over School Choice, has many painful moments that will make Success Academy critics hoot in derisive glee, but they don't matter. But in a sense, they do. But I like I said, I applaud. We gonna applaud the success of Success Academy. But in reading some of these articles, it's some stuff that we really need to talk about. The thousands of families who are buying what Success Academy is selling are served very well, Pondesco writes in the book. What Eva Moskowitz appears to have created is something unprecedented in contemporary education, a mechanism for critical mass of engaged and invested low-income families of color to self-select into schools where their attitudes, values, and ambitions for their children make them cultural keepers and drivers, not outliers. Ooh, I like that shit. Let me go and highlight that. I like that. Now, so a mechanism for critical mass of engaged and invested low-income families. We could take that low income out. Engaged, invested families of black families to self-select into schools where their attitudes, values, and ambitions for their children make them culture keepers and drivers, not outliers. That's a key piece right there. But I'm gonna cut into it in a second. Give me a second. Podesco spent 2016-2017 school year at Success Academy, Bronx 1 Elementary School. Oh, that's Baba Dolly. Let me go. I call him right back. Somebody, if anybody that got Doc's number, let him know I'm gonna call him right back. So we got two Babas in the. Well, I got two Babas, right? I got Baba Kelsey, who was my first Baba, right? And he's the Baba really over the city of Columbus, and because he's the most senior elder. But then we also have Baba Kelsey. I mean, not we got Baba Kelsey that's over basically Columbus, Tawi Village, blah blah blah, and he has been here for a very long. He was Baba before. I mean, he was Baba when Baba was young, damn near. I mean, it's like, you know, actually, do you have anybody in your life that you never knew when they was young? You knew them when they was younger, but they always was on the gray hair tip, and they was always older. That's how Baba Kelsey is. He was, I thought he was born to Baba, but no, he was a young man once. But anyway, then we got Baba Dolly, who is the Baba over the Simba Nation. You understand what I'm saying? So, Baba is a title of leadership and an example setting. You know what I'm saying? Which, in a sense, I'm striving to be. You know what I'm saying? And like, so this is why when people throw that at you, I kind of be like dodging that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it's like, boom, I'm not there yet. I haven't got it there yet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got Babas in my life, and I got elders in my life that have basically flown me and provided and made way for me to move across this country to survive. You know what I'm saying? Provided me with jobs and stuff. And I have to get to that level before I even get to call myself an elder. I got to be able to have that type of pull where I'm going to be able to give or get somebody a job, or have the influence to help somebody maintain a job, or have the finances to provide them with that. You know what I'm saying? We have to kind of start elevating our positions. We be running around calling each other kings and queens, and the only question I got to ask is, what are you ruling? You understand? I mean, it gets back into this attitude, values, and ambitions for their children make them culture keepers. Many of us are culture pretenders. We're not culture keepers, nor are we drivers. We're just receiving the benefits of the culture, but we're not investing in it. This is why it's important that we look at the principles, because when we get on Nia and we talk about the principle of reciprocity, reciprocity is one of the major elements in our economic system that we don't practice amongst ourselves. I don't know what's going on with the Facebook, but yeah, I might have to go and get on up out of that, because I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, here we go. Did the system crash on me? Y'all still out there? Family still out there? Well, it's still taping me and stuff. All right, so let's get it moving. All right, but anyway, Pondesco spent the 2016-2017 school year at Success Academy Bronx 1 Elementary School. He did not attend every meeting or sit in every class, but he saw enough to make many readers cringe. Clothing was important. On the first day of school, Pandesco described a mom with a neck tattoo of Mickey Mouse, which matches the one on her red t-shirt, who was incredulous that her children had been turned away for wearing the wrong colored socks. An administrator later told the young staff that their focus on uniforms set the right mood. Kids showed up in black socks when the parents knew the proper color was navy. They don't expect you to actually check, the supervisor said. Ooh, wow. Families receive parent investment cards, grading them. What? Shit, I didn't read this part. Families receive parent investment cards, grading them on compliance with school policies. Pandisco noticed many parents were married, employed, deeply religious, or spiritual, many recent immigrants. They praised what Success Academy critics most condemn, the school strictness. That's how I raised my child at home, they told the writer. Pandisco explained that while more than 90% of American teachers use materials they made or found themselves, Success Academy teachers had a set curriculum. It was usually taught by a hastily assembled staff of relative strangers, nearly all of them young, many of them with their first job after college. He said, but it gave them more time to work on their teaching. It was hard. In October, one young teacher freaked out. He said she went back to her classroom, grabbed her belongings, and stormed out. She never came back. We almost done. Bear with me. Parents were asked when they applied if Success Academy was right for them. The school day started early. The spring break did not align with that of traditional public schools. Parents had to read with their child every night. They had to leave work whenever there was a problem. Parents heard only 1 in 6 applicants had a chance of admission. Pandiscio found it was closer to 50% because so many families who had won a seat in the charter school lottery decided not to come. Now, one of the advantages that this type of charter school got over charter school, let's say possibly in Columbus, is that they actually have a waiting list. They have people, in a sense, fighting to get in. We don't have that problem here in Columbus. We really don't. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, just to cut to the chase, one of the major issues that I have with any of these type of success stories as far as schools is that they put our kids out. Now, yeah, they'll be like, there's a lot of black, but yeah, a lot of these schools, when you trace back to, and I'm not against, because I work at a charter school, I'm not against it, right? But I like to be upfront, right? I know for a fact that in order for these schools to maintain the level of academic success that they are achieving, they have to make certain concessions. And one of those concessions is getting rid of those children that would possibly be able to benefit the most, but they cost the most. Why? Because they take up the most time, because they are in need. They are a true representation of what it means for us to be who we are here. They're traumatized. So what do they do with these traumatized students? They put their ass out. And I'll put you out, and I'll put you out, and I'll put you out until I get the right fit. I'm looking for those right fits. Now, but this is what I'm going to say about that. I'm not mad at that. I just want to bring that up. But what that shows is that the person that founded this school understand the importance of borders. I haven't totally grasped the total importance of borders yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting all the refugees up into my shit right now, but I'm getting there. So family, please understand and bear with me. I'm growing. But as I get older, please understand that I'm going to get more cynical and I'm going to get meaner at who I allow into my circles. as well as into institutions that I am deemed or have been given the responsibility to guard. So if you have children that you know are turning out and shit, eventually realize that in order for me to get the school to where it needs to be, your child may be one of the ones that have to go. And I'm not just talking about just for the academics, because for me, the culture is the most important piece. You want people to be able to come in and operate within the culture, and everybody don't fit into all cultures. But hey, this brother Hot Tim, I'm just going to shut my mouth, and I'm going to get out of here because I'm late as hell. Well, actually, I'm right on time. So let me go on. I got to go on and contact. I got a few parents I got to contact. I got a few stops I got to make before I get to where I need to be, because I got students to see, because we got it going on all year round. Family, listen, remember tonight, 8 p.m., we have Dr. Mariba Kelsey stopping in to have a chat with us, right? Me and him going to talk, and then we're going to open up the lines and possibly invite some of the family in. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. Let me think about that. All right. Peace. But before we go,
Women, but most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now. In the
you have a beautiful day. May your day be as beautiful as you are.
Ayimbobe is an acronym, Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, body, universal balance, empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
Too strong?
Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?